Hey everybody, welcome back for another video. It's vintage today, and as you can see on the screen, this is a wild one. So, first of all, I apologize for how tiny everything is, but there's nothing I can do about it because this deck is a Lutri deck. And Lutri, if you want it to be your companion, you can't have any non-land cards with the same name in your deck. So we have 18 lands, so there are 42 individual one-ofs in this deck. I mean, slightly more because some of the lands are also one-ofs. There's a lot of one-ofs in this deck. And this deck was posted by Matt Murray, Chubby Rain on Twitch and Twitter. And he's a mad genius. He trophied with a league with this deck. And this is a four-color pile of all the good cards in Vintage for the most part. It it looks like a Xerox deck. It's trying to win with creatures and planeswalkers. It doesn't have any combo finishes. It has a lot of cheap interaction. So it is a Xerox deck, but it flies in the face of what Xerox is because Xerox is called Xerox because you have so many cantrips that your plan should come out the same every time, like a copy machine. But playing a Highlander Xerox deck shouldn't work. But here we are. Obviously, there's some downgrades in power level, like just one Swords to Plowshares, then the Path to Exile on the sideboard for removal. We only get 2 red blasts instead of the usual 4 across a 75. Instead of 4 Force of Wills, we have to play Misdirection and Force of Negation and Mystical Dispute, and Mindbreak Trap. So there are some concessions to the meme here, but we get Lutri as a payoff. So this isn't just making the deck worse for fun. We do get Lutri, and doubling an Ancestral Recall, or even just doubling a Preordain or something, could be game breaking. But also, you're also guaranteed this 3/2 flash threat in your opening hand, effectively. Uh, so that's worth something. In Vintage, a lot of the times a 3/2 is plenty to go coast to coast. So, I mean, here it is. I wish I could explain more about this deck, but it has a zillion unique cards, and we're going to do our best to make every game look the same because we're a Xerox deck, even though we're a Highlander deck. So let's go get into it, and let's hope we cast Omnath a couple times today. All right, so we're on the play for round 1, and we're playing against Montolio. So Montolio lately has enjoyed Hogak, like the hyper aggressive Hollowvine, Basking Root Walla decks. Montolio is also historically famous for playing shops. He is a vintage champ, also a some other major tournament, Waterbury maybe. He's won that I think twice. He won a Star City Power 9 Open. So Montolio is a known commodity in the vintage world. If he's on shops, I think our hand is pretty bananas. If he's on the Dredgevine deck, we're going to need some help. There's Lavinia that I can cast next turn. All right, so I'm going to put Lavinia on top because this deck might contain Cabal Therapy. Yeah, it sucks that this Mox was not blue, but that would have been a little too easy. All right, so it looks like we're doing the shops thing. I can't counter that, so I won't. I could have countered that. Maybe I should have. Though I think Snapcaster Mage is going to be better overall. Another Revoker. I can't counter that. you got me. So I'm just going to have to hope that this Lavinia is actually good. Have to get Tundra here. So he can't cast non-creature spells that cost more than 1 right now, even though he has 4 mana. If he plays a land, there are unfortunately a lot of creatures in this deck. It does make Force of Negation pretty awkward that he can basically only cast creatures right now, and I can only answer non-creatures. Sphere of Resistance. I probably have to force that. Yikes. Yeah, his double Revoker start here was very good against what I'm doing. I think I just have to play this, unfortunately. I also can't attack because I'm not going to trade my Lavinia for Mishra's Factory. I basically just have to hope he can't add much to the board and that this Mana Crypt bleeds him out. And we draw Ancestral Recall. That's what I want to happen. Yikes. Alright, we're super dead. Yeah, I didn't have the mana to add Lutri to my hand last turn because of Mystic Sanctuary. Alright, so I'm not going to actually literally concede, but we are in all sorts of trouble right now. Mystic Forge, great. Yeah, so Lavinia was locking Black Lotus and Mystic Forge in his hand, and instead we're just not doing that. So I suppose there's a world where, like, if I rip Ancestral Recall and I'm able to copy it before I'm dead to this Mystic Forge, and he has 6 damage on board. He is also at 10. Maybe I could draw Lightning Bolt and just kill him. Like Lightning Bolt copying, picking off both the Revokers, pretty insane. Is that 7? Yikes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if he wants to commit all right, so I'm just dead regardless here, and it's not even close. All right. Mystic Forge restricted for a reason. All right, so this is a matchup where, well, not that there's many matchups where it's not punishing to be Singleton. All right, I guess actually it doesn't really matter. There's so many shatters in Magic that being a Singleton deck barely even matters here. So Strip Mine is a maybe just as another land. Path to Exile is a definitely. The rest of these stay over here. Okay, so I have 8 cards I definitely want to bring in and 1 maybe. Misdirection's out. All of the soft counters are out. Or conditional counters, not the soft counters. The soft counters are still pretty good. Spell Pierce is good. Daze might be bad. I am on the play though, so it's better than it would normally be. Dak Faden's great. Fucking Growth Spiral. I don't think that's what we want to be doing in this matchup. I mean, obviously it's really good to pull ahead. I don't know. The Curse Spiral's also in the maybe pile with Daze. Mind Break Trap. I think Mind Break Trap is okay on the draw against shops. I don't really like it on the play. Mystical Dispute is pretty bad. Dig and Cruise are both fine. Right, Tarmogoyf, one of my best cards. Yeah, I think I want all the Planeswalkers. Okay, so 8 cards, and that's 8 cards. So all of these cards are better than all of these other cards. Even though like Daze and Growth Spiral and Mindbreak Trap all have applications, that doesn't mean they're good. Omnath might be a little bit to hope for. And if we stick it, we win. But 4 colors against the deck with 5 wastelands and sphere effects. All right, I'm getting rid of Omnath for this matchup. Bringing in the Strip Mine. Reveal Lutri. I'm going to keep this. It contains Ancestral Recall. So I have 5 0-mana spells in my deck. So if I play Ancestral Recall, that'll put me up to 8 cards in hand. I think I still just want to do this right now. Especially against shops, like you really want to get that stuff in while you can, the Mox in before they get taxed. All right, we did it. Didn't have to discard. And I can brainstorm if I need to. I hope I don't have to. Like, I don't want to do that. I will brainstorm in response to Revoker because I'm not using this mana any other way. That's a lot of Landos. Okay, Revoker's in play now. It's going to name Mox Sapphire. And then I'm just going to hold up Spell Pierce. I mean, that's all I can do. I presented that as if I had a choice, but I don't. I hope it gives me something juicy to pierce here and doesn't just play a bunch of creatures. He has the Wasteland, and I only play 1 basic, so all right, that was a great hit for that. Even tap the Wasteland to do it. Love to see it. All right, fetch in my upkeep. I don't want to draw that land that's coming. So 2 Volks, 2 Tundras, 2 Trops. Obviously can't get a Triome here. So I could cast Oko. Yeah, I'm just going to do that while the coast is clear. I'm going to get Volcanic Island with this other one. Just set up my colors. I have this delightful elk just hanging out right here. He did not play a land last turn, which is pretty interesting. And I am going to get my beats in. You usually don't beat shops by farting around. Especially with this much mana. Jeez. That was a pretty good draw. And we know he drew that because he cast Sphere last turn and then didn't make a land drop. Like he would have played Lotus first and then Sphere. Alright, so I have that covered with the Pithing Needle. This text they've chosen for what's named is pretty light these days. Alright, go in face. And I have Treasure Cruise lined up next turn, like for some easy money. The Wasteland doesn't really matter, it just feeds the cruise. Still has not found a land drop. Oh, Force of Will's insane on this board. So I'm gonna fetch first and then cruise because in this is like bad in the sense that I don't know what I'm drawing, so I could have just fetched the wrong color. But leaving Ancestral Recall in my graveyard when I'm a Mystic Sanctuary deck is pretty important. All right, found white. So I can Pithing Needle, naming Ravager. All right. Pithing Needle Ravager. And then I can path the Revoker that's on Oko. And then I can start getting hungry. There's no way there's a basic land in this deck. Didn't think so. All right, so I could... No, I'm just going to make food. All right, and then I'm passing with Force of Will up against... I guess I should have attacked there. But I think holding is fine. Just... All right, yeah. Looks like he kept a speculative one that didn't get there. Oh, I boarded Days out. That like one turn where I said I could draw Days. I actually couldn't. I take it all back. Yeah, I don't think anything changes. I against shops, a lot of the times you just take your good cards out, or take your bad cards out and put good cards in. So there's not a whole lot of nuance on like play draw. Days and Mindbreak Trap are like the two things that might fit that bill. So do I want Mindbreak Trap? Merchant Scroll can be a bit of a goofer against shops. Like like a sphere basically gets double value on Merchant Scroll because you have to pay to cast the scroll, then pay to cast the spell you scroll for. Mindbreak Trap is only good on like literal turn one though. The turn where they go like land, Mox, Golos or whatever, when you hit the Golos. Right, I guess I'm gonna play what I can. All right, let's do that. Don't know if it's good. All right, Force of Will in the opener and a Disenchant in the opener. 2 Disenchants in the opener and Force of Will. This is about as good as you can hope for. Guess that's not true. We could ask for a Black Lotus or a Mox. But we still have a draw step. Chalice on 0. Okay. Mindbreak Trap would have been great here. This is Trinisphere. Stonecoil Serpent. Oh no, getting punished because this isn't actual disenchant. This says protection from multicolor. So do I think I can beat a Stonecoil Serpent? Just a 3/3 creature. I'm gonna try. I have Lightning Bolt in my deck and Ancient Grudge. Like, maybe it was reckless to let that resolve, but like they have so many scarier things out of shops than that. I have 20 life to work with. The famous last words. The serpent is also not big enough to kill Ren in 6, which is pretty dope. Alright, now it's big enough with Mishra's Factory back up. Alright, so this one I can just disenchant. Alright, I'll let that resolve. I take 2 off it, but I still think we can do better off Force of Will. Ooh, that's hot bananas. So I'm just gonna Force of Vigor these 2 creatures. I don't think I want a Time Walk here. Oh, I guess I could Cinder Vines and then Force of Vigor. That could set up some exciting stuff. Okay, I'll do that. So red, green, all right, so we have the next disenchant lined up here. And then I can decide if I want to pitch Nature's Chant or Ren in 6. If they waste me, I don't know, I think I have to pitch Nature's Chant regardless. So we were punished because it's a gold card on this, but we're rewarded because it's a gold card on this. So some delightful push and pull there. Okay, so Walking Ballista, I could also kill this. No. I'm going to go after these 2. Because I can hit the factory in the future. All right, I'm going to pitch Nature's Chant to do it, because I want Ren in 6 to hit my land drops. If he plays a second main Wasteland and just clips one of my sources, I'm in some trouble. But if I can get ahead of the Wasteland by renning, we're going to be in good shape. Those shops always waits until the last moment to show them what they are working with. Like, that's just how you play this deck. Land. Okay, they have Chalice, so that's not going to help me. I can blow up the Chalice, though. So if I blow up Chalice, I get to play my Mox, and then what does that do? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards in my graveyard, 6. I don't love any of this. I guess I am going to pass the turn and just hope he doesn't have another Wasteland. Like, I can't play around Wasteland here. Like, there's nothing in my hand that draws another card. Alright, add another Wasteland. Alright, so that happens. I'm going to destroy Chalice, which might unlock some cards out of his own hand. So if he casts any spell, I can force it, and then I can Mox Treasure Cruise. I don't think that's a spell I want to force. Maybe I'm being greedy. I should probably just be spewing off my forces. Alright, come on, Mana Source. Alright, so I can preordain into a land and Treasure Cruise. That's not what I wanted. Okay, so if I take 5, that puts me to 6. Basically, the question is, do I think I'm getting another turn? To use this Ancestral. I'm going to put it on top. and hope to go broken next turn. And hope that he doesn't go broken this turn. Like, I can force a Revoker, so I'm not super worried about this Mox. Alright, how does that change things? I don't think it does, because most of my lands are fetch lands anyway. Alright, so I'm gonna have to go broken regardless here. Show me Black Lotus. The old Rothrin Triome's not what we were looking for there. Alright. Got punished by the mono non-basic mana base. Alright, fair enough. Our fake vintage deck lost to a real vintage deck. I think that was closer than it seemed, though. Like, obviously, we got stomped. I could have force willed more aggressively on one of those, on the first 3/2 creature. I would have saved a little bit of time, but I was playing scared of what might come and lost to what was already in front of me. So that's a way we could have played that differently. Yeah, other than that, I guess we could have pitched Ren and 6 to the Force of Vigor and then still had another Disenchant waiting, but that doesn't beat the double Wasteland. I know. I think we just had to draw better, which is not something you can always rely on in a singleton deck. Ooh, are we going to get to cast Growth Spiral? I'm going to keep this. Wow, I hate these triomes. Don't kill me. So I could have left up Mystical Dispute, but I don't know, I just have a hard time doing that when we have this comes into play tapped land. And Growth Spiral on the way. Maybe I should have left it up and taken my time. Like, turn 3 Growth Spiral is still fine. Like, you don't need to curve into it like you would in Standard. Like, if this is just Storm or some shit, we're dead. Okay, it's Deathrite Shaman deck. That's way better. Okay, so I could Growth Spiral into Plow, or I can just plow this thing and leave up Dispute. I think that's better. I'm gonna go to their turn. Oh, maybe I shouldn't do that. All right. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that because if we go to their turn, this is no longer summoning sick. And if we get into a counter war, like I plow, they spell pierce, I fetch to Mystical Dispute, then they can eat my fetch land. Yeah. I'm just gonna play it safe there. They know about everything in my hand except Polluted Delta right now. Did not shuffle the library. In most decks with Deathrite Shaman are going to be fair decks, which is a pretty nice gift. Like, knowing that we're not like there are a lot of vintage decks like the one we played against last round that require specific answers in the form of like against shops. It's like in the form of mana sources and artifact destruction. Against a deck like this, we just need to stay alive and draw cards, and we'll get there eventually. Let's see if they want to counter a Growth Spiral. It's basically Time Walk. Nice. I'm not going to brainstorm right now because my whole hand is great. I don't even know what I'm looking for. Speaking of my whole hand being great. All right, so I'm going to start with Teferi, because that's the best one. If this resolves, it unlocks the rest of the hand. Alright, Teferi's dead. Like, Teferi is the best one to lead on, because it does the least when it's in play, and it does the most on the stack. So that's a lot of fun that we're able to just bait with Teferi. And they can't even, like, pretend... They're like, there's not even a choice with Teferi, where it's like, I could let that resolve and counter the next thing. It's not that scary, because, like, no, you can't counter the next thing with Teferi. Gush with Dispute mana up. Alright, you can Gush. Dreadhorde Arcanist. Alright, Ponder and Probe in the graveyard. Alright, let's hope this Narset resolves. Ooh. I do have 3 islands. Maybe I just have to get this Swords to Plowshares right now. Ooh, wow, that's a juicy hand. So I'll put back Oko and Narset. Now I think I want to draw Oko before I draw Narset, though it is really close. Next turn I can Narset with 2 forms of backup. Alright, now I want Narset in play against the Xerox Mirror. Alright, this one I am going to pass the turn and do it in their upkeep. This plays around Force of Negation, and if they want to like Spell Pierce or Flusterstorm, it's going to be a lot worse to do on their own turn. Alright, Force of Will. Here's the Dispute they know about. Brutal. Alright, so they had it anyway. They did have to tap their own mana to get here, though. So that's a plus. I'm pretty sure letting Ponder resolve and then using Pyroblast to protect Narset next turn is going to be better than blasting the Ponder. As Narset does a pretty good job bricking Dreadhorde Arcanist. For at least a little while. They did not shuffle. Time Walk. So Time Walk can recast Gitaxian Probe. Alright, I'm gonna let that ride. It sucks because Dreadhorde Arcanist just steamrolls and amplifies the effect of Time Walk by a lot. But here we are. It's not like my hand is full of great options. If they can boost this thing's power somehow and flashback Time Walk, that sucks. So they're going to see my Pyroblast and my Force. They didn't know about either of these cards. So if they're paying attention, they know that Narset and Oko are on top of my deck in some order, because they did see both of those cards. Yeah, it sucks when our fake Xerox deck gets paired against our real Xerox deck. Alright, so now they can hard cast Force with additional protection, or they can just cast Tarmogoyf. Alright, so Narset is not long for this world anyway, so let's just cast her. We know Oko is on top, but Oko isn't really something I'm interested in right now. I think if they could have fought over this, they would have. Like, I'm pretty sure I want to fetch first. Because I don't want Oko. Actively don't want it. That's like one dead card out of our 4 looks. But I don't actually know what I'm fetching for yet. That's the tiebreaker. Alright, I'll just activate Narset now. They can bolt her. That would work. Okay, so a second Red Blast. Ugh, this is not good. I guess I have to take Oko. Because those other cards are not helpful here. And pretty sure there's only one Mystic Sanctuary. Yep. Alright. Can't find the second Swords to Plowshares. Or the third, in this case. So they can Pyroblast Narset to put all their damage on face. That's pretty good. Like, I could have kept the Mental Misstep to play around that, but then they could have just attacked it with Tarmogoyf and got Misstep out of my hand, basically for free. I guess it would have saved me 4 life. It's another Tarmogoyf. Yikes. God, Red Blast is so embarrassing against these Tarmogoyfs. Alright, Preordain's gonna have to save me here. I don't even know what I'm drawing to at this point. Probably just like Omnath somehow. What card in this deck actually helps? And Omnath is pretty juicy. I'm not sure it actually helps though. Sabine's Reclamation could be good. But I think that's it. I don't want to pay life for this, but I think I have to. They're deciding what secrets they want to keep. So, like, what decision is there to make here? Like, mental misstep, maybe? But they know about this Pyroblast that they don't care about. Like, they know my whole hand, and they know my hand doesn't beat them. So this might be a reasonable thing to misstep if they have it. Force and Cruise. Okay. Alright, yep, we're just dead. Like, Oko doesn't help there. So Path to Exile comes in. Hydroblast comes in. Is that it? I guess I bring in Strip Mine. Though they are a Deathrite Shaman deck, so like I don't even know if that's good. I don't think I'm bringing in Graveyard Hate. Like Soul Guide Lantern only exiles an opponent's graveyard. It's not even like Relic of Progenitus where I can reset Tarmogoyfs. This is not what Tabernacle is for. I don't think I want Tormod Script. Yeah, I think it's just these three cards. And what are my bad cards now? Pyroblast certainly looked bad last game, though I don't think that's actually true. Sorry, Growth Spiral. I know Matt likes you, but I don't think you're actually good. Misdirection is kind of goofy, though it can steal an Ancestral Recall. Mindbreak Trap's an easy cut. I think Omnath is the cut, but I didn't play this league to just board out Omnath every round. Alright, Force of Negation can be my other cut. We're playing a little more fair than Force of Negation wants to play. Alright, so this hand looks like it does lots of stuff, but it actually doesn't do any stuff. I am going to keep it though. It stays alive for a while. There's a lot of upside here. I'm not going to cast the Lotus. I don't want them to know about it. And I can Pierce Bolt with what I'm producing anyway. I guess Lotus would let me hard cast Force. I hope I don't need to do that on turn 1. Alright. Not punished. Oh, do they have my Upkeep Ancestral? They do not. Alright. So I can put Lutri in my hand right now. I can play the Lotus, which can spell Pierce if I need it to. Alright, so I'm going to get green with this. Alright, there's Lotus. And then pick up that Lutri. I'm going to make my land drop as much as that hurts, but I think I'm going to need mana. More than I'm going to need a new spell later in the game. Plus with Daze in the deck, I can pick that up, and Gush. Alright, the first appearance of Lutri in the league. It is likely I actually cast this card this game. I think I put it in my hand versus Montolio, but never got around to casting it. Or I could have put it in my hand, but I would have been dead. I don't remember exactly what happened, but it wasn't good. They bottomed their Hydroblast. You love that. Okay, so with my available mana, I can Spell Pierce or Bolt and Lutri to copy. Oh, yikes. Now I cannot do quite as much. So if I Bolt, no, that's just bad. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to continue losing to Wasteland. Alright, we have a handful of blasts again. This looks like last game. Though they don't have Dreadhorde Arcanist in play this time, so it's a little bit of a better situation. Merchant Scroll. Alright, that has to get a blue card. So I have Red Blast. Yeah, Ancestral Recall to the surprise of nobody. Pretty sure I can only copy my own spell. Yup. Lame. They didn't upkeep the Ancestral. I think that's probably a mistake. Alright, they're just playing Drago with me when they have a rocket in the cannon. Like I could just play Lutri to start pressuring, but it gets answered by both red and blue blast, because it is both of those colors. Is it ancestral time? Nope, still not ancestral time. All right, I'm hitting land drops and they're not, which is where you want to be in these sort of standoffs. All right, there's the ancestral. So if they fight over Pyroblast, I can Lutri to copy it and send it back. So they could Red Blast this. I can Spell Pierce a Red Blast. If they also have Flusterstorm, then I might be in trouble. I can still force the Ancestral, which I'm probably going to have to do. If they Red Blast, I have Hydroblast. That's probably better. No, I think I want to hold on to the Hydroblast for future Dreadhorde Arcanist. Like Spell Pierce is going to fall off in these slower matchups where we're trading a lot of spells and making land drops. So I have Bolt and Hydroblast. I don't know, it's kind of close. Hydroblast can also just pick off like Ren and 6 or Dak Vaden. Alright, they don't know what they want to do either. We're both confused. Alright, I'll wait for them to figure out how they want to play this, and then I will Spell Pierce whatever it is. I guess if they have Force, then I can't Spell Pierce, but they wouldn't have fetched if they were forcing. I think they're figuring out if they can Flusterstorm. I can pay for Flusterstorm right now with my Lotus. No, Storm is 4, so it'd be 5. Okay, no, I can't do that. Like, if they fluster my Pyroblast before Lutri copies it, then that's effectively the same, though I still get a 3/2. So it would be better for them if they can counter Lutri, rather than counter the Pyroblast that Lutri's trying to copy. And I have 2 counter spells back up still, so I'm feeling okay here. But we'll still see. I have to imagine they have 2 choices also, but I think what they're representing with this long pause is that they have 2 options, but they can't do both of them. Like, I think if it was a matter of like I can do both, it would just be like which one's better. But I think that they probably have like Red Blast and Flusterstorm or something, or they could do both of those. So targeting Lutri. All right. I'm gonna Spell Pierce Pyroblast. See, do I fetch my Tropical Island here? I think I do. Like, that's one of my few remaining green sources. So, like, I guess I have green Mox and Triome. So did they also have Flusterstorm all along? So Flusterstorm, importantly, can't counter Lutri. All right, so they did have Flusterstorm. Let's see where they put everything. All right, so Flusterstorm, they're all targeting Spell Pierce. So if I force their Spell Pierce is targeting Pyroblast, and all of the Flusters are on Spell Pierce. So if I force their Pyroblast now, I guess the question, so I could force pitching Hydroblast and I lose these 2 cards in hand, or I could Lotus cast Hydroblast and I still have Force, but I don't have Lotus. Yeah, I think that's better. I'm not going to pay for any of these Flusterstorms. All right, so Lutri. Target, Ancestral Recall. Yeah, same target. Okay, that's how that works. Okay. All right. Now we're either miles ahead or they just cast Tarmogoyf and we're way behind again. I hope if they come up with a follow-up here, it's Dreadhorde Arcanist and not Tarmogoyf. Top shit. Green mana, shit. Ren and 6. Okay. So if they get back Wasteland, they can hit my Trop, and then I have Bolt to finish off this Ren. Alright, that could have been worse, though I am like kind of hurting for green sources now. That was a smart play by them, obviously. Attack Ren. Though Oko does pitch to this Force, which I suddenly am not able to cast. Okay, cool. Back in business. But now we're looking for fucking Triome. Or, Green Mox is obviously better than Triome. But holding up Force of Will at this juncture feels pretty good. Oh cool, we got Daze too. Though now we're out of islands to combo with Mystic Sanctuary. Alright, so we are ahead. They don't have an answer to Lutri right now. Oh no. Ren and 6. Alright, so I guess, what does this even do? It hits land drops for them. Like, they can waste my Sanctuary. I could just Daze it, or I could let them take the Sanctuary. Yeah, I don't think this is how I lose this game. You know, obviously being in the permanent land abyss is bad. Alright, they went for Misty anyway. So can I ignore Ren and get their life total dead? Let's see. I can just kill Ren here. Maybe. It's Red Blast. It would be weird if they had Red Blast here. I'm not gonna lie. Though I guess their life total is pretty high. They could have been ignoring Lutri. Pyroblast targeting Lutri. I think I want to force this pitching Daze. I still have hope for Oko. So I think killing Ren. Alright, so if I attack for 6, they're at 8. Yeah, I think killing Ren is the smart play here. As much as I would love to just ranch their life total. Mox Emerald, Mox Emerald. Ooh, that's a good one. Okay. I guess I should represent. Oh no, Tarmogoyf off the top. Swords to Plowshares. Alright, another green card. Cool. Alright, well, at least they can attack, but they do have this mode in play. Oh, they can attack, apparently. Well, excuse the fuck out of me. They have a second Tarmogoyf. Or Leovold. Oh, that's so much worse. Well, at least Lutri can attack into Leovold. Ugh! Block. Block, block. Shit. Well, this sucks. I feel like we did so well, and then they just turned the corner with their meaty creatures. Alright, Swords of Plowshares. Dak Faden. What do you do? Anything? Nothing? Whenever you or a permanent you control. Alright. So I think I have to give them the extra card here to steal their mocks. Yes, I know. Then I have to like block both the creatures. And I straight up lose to a removal spell. It's so lucky that their deck gets to be consistent and mine doesn't. If only we had made different deck building choices. I am pretty much straight up dead to a like lightning bolt or red blast here. If they attack with both creatures, I'll block here and here, like Lutri on Leo. And then Lavinia has to block here. So our board is dead. But we do get to draw Infinity Billion cards next turn. I hope. Oh, no, we don't get it next turn. They just rattled off Tarmogoyf, Leovold, Time Walk after doing nothing for a couple turns. Okay, okay. That's magic. Their deck is consistent and mine is not, and we got punished for that. Well, we're playing against the same person again. Welcome to the Vintage Leagues. So they are on 4-color magic cards, and so are we. But their 4th color is black, mine is white, and their deck does not have any absurd deck building restrictions. The exciting news is I can turn 1 Sylvan Library. Oh, nope. Wait, did I? Oh, I thought I won the die roll. Apparently I didn't. Oh, no, okay. It was prompting me to put Lutri, to reveal Lutri. That's what I was going on. All right, so we're on the draw. They played a tap land, though, so I still get turn 1 Sylvan Library if I want it. I'm fairly confident that I want that. So playing Triome and playing Untapped Land are mostly the same, except they could daze me back if I don't. Alright, so I'm going to play around their daze. Green, 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 green. Oh, I can hard cast daze this way. Yeah, that's way better. I'm glad I made that play totally on purpose. Please force a will me. Though them having seen my hand makes that a lot less likely. Though this card is insane. They might just be priced into it. Alright. Wuss. Alright, I still have days, so Dreadhorde Arcanist, I can give that the business. Demonic Tutor. Oh, are you on a different deck now? Alright. Or, no, I guess Demonic Tutor is likely in the deck they were playing last round too, though. Yeah, they're Mystics. They have Mystic Sanctuary, so they're not a fast deck here. Alright, so I'm likely just gonna take 3 cards off this Sylvan Library, unless it's like 3 lands or some horrendous garbage. I hope I don't regret not dazing the tutor, but it wasn't free. It was setting me back a land drop, which is like a pretty big deal. I'm just gonna keep it all. Cards are power in this matchup. Unfortunately, none of our cards are actually power. Though finding Pyroblast is great. And if we get into a crazy counter war, then Mind Ray Trap might actually play. Dreadhorde Arcanist. Bummer, that card is just in play. I have no recourse. Alright, there's some recourse. Yes, use the ability. Okay, so I'm going to put Dig on top. Do I want to go to 8 life against the deck with Tarmogoyf? Yeah, sure. It's more important that I win these counter wars, and I'm going to do that by having lots of resources. So Trop, Mox. Passing the turn opens up a lot of options for them. Like, they could force a negation now, but if I pass, then they're going to have red up. Yeah, I'm just going to plow this. Alright. Easy squeezy. Ancestral Recall. Oh, this is a mess up here. Lutri can't figure out where it wants to be. Counter target spell if it's blue. Let's do that. So they've cast one spell. Alright, cool. That just happened. Strip probably taking me off red, I would guess. Okay. They're just keeping that for mana. That makes sense if they're trying to play around days. Okay, so I have this Gush Growth Spiral combo in my hand, which is pretty cool. I can't keep all these cards, unfortunately. Put on top, and I'm going to put Growth Spiral on top. I'm pretty sure I'm going to Treasure Cruise this turn, like before their Deathrite Shaman can get to work. It sucks we lose the Swords to Plowshares, though. It is the only one that there is. Guess I could also Gush, but then I should have not made my land drop yet. Though I can save Gush to brick the Strip Mine. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. I guess I knew I was drawing Growth Spiral, so I probably should have left up Trop. Suboptimal, as usual. Alright, so float red for Lightning Bolt, and then Gush, picking up these two, because those are my important colors. I hope I hit Lightning Bolt, or I'm going to be discarding a lot of cards. Oh, Jesus. Discarding even more cards. So strip mine resolves, and then I can't use this mana, so I'm gonna discard probably Mind Break Trap. It seems like we're past the point where that's gonna be playable, and I could discard Triome. That card is not very good. I have so many lands. All right, that's the plan. I'm not even sure if that was a good gush, but it did protect my only red source, so that's something. All right, so they're making green mana probably off of this. Is it Tarmogoyf or Leovold? It is Tarmogoyf. Okay, Tarmogoyf's in play. Yes, all right. I don't want any of this. Top, top. I guess I'm getting all of that whether I like it or not. So Ruby. I could Growth Spiral to get a fetch land into play. Then I can fetch before I Ancestral. I am in a lot of trouble on my life total here. I pretty much just need to find Omnath immediately. Ooh, we found Omnath immediately. So does that even help me, or am I still just dead? I found Mentor also. That's a much better card than Omnath. All right, I'll play this land, put Ancestral on top, then Mentor. I'm still in a lot of trouble. If they don't cast any spells, like if they put anything on the stack, like literally anything before they go to combat, I'm gonna win this game easily. Yes, 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 yes. Cast a spell. Just give me some monks. Okay, alright, they fucked up. So I dispute this, or I daze this. Oh, okay, so I can daze it, get a monk. They're gonna use Deathrite Shaman to pay, and then I can dispute it, get another monk. So that eats up their Deathrite Shaman for the turn. It also comes up the board with monks. So if they had just attacked before they did anything, I would have had to chump with Mentor. But now instead I have lots of tokens. That's gas. And we get to Omnath next turn. Please don't concede. Let me cast Omnath. I'm just going to chump, though I could have double blocked to kill it, but I think that Mentor is going to win this game pretty easily from here. Top, top. All right. White, red, green, blue are all the colors. Oh, yeah. Fetch land, first trigger. I don't even know what this card does, honestly. Let's see what the second trigger does. I think I gain 4 life. And the third time deals... Oh, no, that gives me a million mana. So now we're doing it. I should be able to Lutri my Ancestral here. Oh, baby. What's up, Omnath? Oh. All right, it was all worth it. Whatever else happens in this league, we just did that. That was so much fun. Uh, okay, if they beat me from here, they deserve it. I did what I wanted to do, but this is going to be hard to come back from. Yes. Oh, finally. We Omnath somebody. All right, so we've seen this matchup already. Path to Exile, Hydroblast, and I think I brought in Strip Mine last time. Don't even know if that's good, but it's certainly a thing I can do. I'm debating the Soul Guide Lantern. Pretty sure I don't want it. All right, what did I do last time? Force of Negation went out. Mindbreak Trap went out. And something else was not the best. I think it was Growth Spiral. That is at least what I did last time. Yep. Sorry, Growth Spiral. You were pretty cool that game. Growth Spiral is also my only way to get all 3 Omnath triggers. Alright, we have a Preordain I'm going to keep. We have our Tarmogoyf. First appearance of this Mad Lad. Yeah, Deathray Cham is really good. Who let my opponent play that card? Alright, so this is awkward. Cindervines is pretty great in these sort of matchups, but I don't want to fetch into Wasteland. Okay, a bunch of lands is actually pretty good here. I'm gonna bottom the fetch and top the tropical island. Because I don't want to just feed this Deathrite forever. But I am okay with but I do want to continue developing my mana. Because they are a Wasteland deck. Uh-oh. This is turn 2 Jace the Mind Sculptor. LOL, like that card is playable in 2020. Could be Dak. Oh, it's Ren. Yeah, that's even worse. I lied, that's not worse than Dak. I take it all back. Ren is very, very good. This is a pretty good start. Oh, they have more. I forgot they sold their land drop. They could also Dreadhorde Arcanist here. Yuck. Well, that's fucked up. I dare say. Okay, so I think I just have to shove Tarmogoyf into play, even though it's like pretty bad. They don't have black mana, but they can get it with Polluted Delta. I don't know. This is definitely like a hope and prayer Tarmogoyf. If they bolt, yeah, they can bolt it and it would take 3 damage, and then they plus Ren. They can also plus Ren and eat Preordain, and then this is just a 0/1. They could even cast a spell before combat. Like they can eat Preordain with Deathrite Shaman, cast their own Preordain, making Tarmogoyf a 1/2, attack, cast the Preordain, it's back to a 0/1. Ugh. Oh, this is so much worse. All of this is worse than what I wanted to happen. I was just imagining a world where they kill my Tarmogoyf, but instead they're going to draw 6 cards off Ancestral Recall. Cool. At least I can block. Tarmogoyf's about to go down to a 1-2. They don't have black mana to shrink it any further. Ren's already been activated for the turn. So I can save 1 damage for what that's worth against my opponent who just drew 6. Hope they did have black. Okay, do you think they have a counterspell in their 7-card hand? What do we think, team? I think I want to lead on Cinder Vines. That's the thing I care the least if it gets countered, and it's a source of incremental damage against this opponent who's beating me down pretty hard. It also lets me throw a weird card type in the graveyard at will, so Tarmogoyf is never in too much trouble. Okay, so I can attack right now and put damage on Ren. I guess they could eat this. I don't know. I think I need the blocker more than I need Ren and 6 to have less loyalty. Because 2 is the same as 6, like, unless they're about to emblem up. I can Merchant Scroll. Oh god. I was about to say I can Merchant Scroll for Blue Blast. Maybe I should have done that. Alright, yeah, we've gotten completely shit murdered by their mana advantage this game. And we're in the Wasteland lock? Alright, yeah, okay, I'm done. I'm done. Uncle. Alright, on the play this game. Maybe Soul Guide Lantern is just like randomly good because they have the Tarmogoyfs, the Deathrights, and the. Or I could Pithing Needle on Deathright or Pithing Needle on Ren and 6 are both good. Alright, maybe I should have Needle in my deck. Savine's Reclamation's kind of awkward. Unfortunate because I love it so. Alright, I think Misdirection's actually the worst card here though. And stealing an Ancestral in a matchup like this is a huge deal. They have a lot of creatures, like Cindervines might be bad. I don't know, there's so many mediocre cards here. Alright, here's the deck. Let's get another Mentor into Omnath. This hand is not exciting, but it does contain a variety of answers. And our Strip Mine is here. Our fun of Strip Mine. This is turn 1 Dreadhorde Arcanist. Turn 1 Ren and 6. That's even worse. Nice Strip Mine, idiot. Okay, so I'm glad I brought in Pithing Needle. Though this has already drawn a card, and it's going to get this needle out of my hand, so just solid 2 for 1 all day long. Ren and 6. Turn 1 Ren and 6. Get out of here with that. And these Xerox decks are great. I think they're a little boring, but it doesn't matter how bored you are if your opponent's dead. Oh, cool. And my basic land is already in play. Nice. We're having a good time here. Ugh. So I'm dead? Okay. You're saying there's a chance. I Hydroblast. You can Pyroblast. I can Misstep. And hold up. Mystical Dispute. Okay, that's gone. I'm not gonna randomly just fire off Strip Mine. Like I know they have Polluted Delta in their hand. This is vintage. Like cards don't really cost 4. I want to see where we're going first. I think I have to get the Tundra because the card in my hand is white. Like if I wanna, it's either white or green that you get here. All right, am I about to lose the Spell Pierce because I didn't Strip Mine them? Nope. All right. Do they have the third Wrenn and 6? No, this is probably a creature. This is probably the Tarmogoyf to follow up. Collector Oof, okay. So I can send that on a Path to Exile. I'm honestly not even convinced that's good. Oh, they don't have any basics. At least not available to them. I think I do want to take them off black this time. So let's get the Tropical Island, Wish for Lutri, and then strip their black. Oh god, am I getting gushed? Okay. Oh, that was scary. All right, pass the turn, holding up Omnath mana. We're ready for the top deck. Oh god, Dak. That's pretty good. All their cards are good. They can take me off red mana with this deck. Okay, they're choosing to loot. I will take that generous offering. Ancestral Recall off the top, one-time dealer. All right, I'm glad they didn't take my Mox. So I can get back Strip Mine this turn. I'm not convinced that's actually good. I'm going to do it. This is like the only chance I'm going to get to do that. They have Deathrite Shaman. That's such a good card. I couldn't take them off a color, unfortunately. And this does put Deathrite in an awkward spot. Like if they want to use mana on their own turn, then okay, that's the obvious take here. And then I get one more fetch out of my Wrenn, and then I'm just in the death abyss forever. Yikes! All right, why did they just take my Mox? Why did they do that if they were just going to turn it off? They hate looting. Okay, so I'm going to get Polluted Delta. I'm going to fetch from my Mystic Sanctuary, putting Path to Exile on top right now while I still can. All right. Now they have draw step plus DAC to stop me from pathing their whole board. And they turned off 2 of their own mana to do it. Do they draw Ancestral Recall? Come on, give me a break here. All right, in the tank. Time Walk. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Great. Or 8. Yeah, I'm literally just dead. Oh no, I have Lutri. I can block. Okay. I am not literally just dead. Please attack with Deathray Shaman. Alright, so 6. Oh, am I dead anyway? So 6. Because Lutri has to trade with this thing. So go to 9. Are there any dead creatures? Yes, there are dead creatures. So they can't Deathray right now. Well, they can do that, but they can't deal damage to me. Okay, so this is kind of interesting. They can put me to 3 or to 2, or they can kill Ren in 6. But I guess they don't need to kill Ren because they have death rate. Like that barely matters. And putting me to 2 is pretty good because then I'm dead to a black source. Ooh, death rate didn't attack. 3 is a lot better than 2. Oh, here it comes. All right, fine. And with Dak chunking, oh, they did go after Ren. Cool. Oh shit, they have Dreadhorde Arcanist. Bad. Pyroblast is the only spell in their graveyard. Well, I'm not bluffing anything at this point, so. Okay, here we are. We are F6'd, way behind against a Dak Faden. If they find any cantrip off of this Dak and their draw step, we just get crushed by Dreadhorde. 2 lands, third land in hand, Narset, oh, that one's pretty good. We can't cast Omnath if we draw it, unfortunately. Oh, and they found Pyroblast with their 1 red available. Fair enough. Yeah, they're snowballing and we're not here. I don't play like balance or anything. I can't even gush for a variety of reasons. You know, I could gush just to pick up Mystic Sanctuary, but that sounds bad. Like, that's not even doing anything. Yeah, so if I'm not just dead here, like, Lightning Bolt is literally dead. Treasure Cruise. Yeah, okay. Alright. I give up. Okay, so we are 0-3. I'll play one more. Let's keep it going just a little bit longer. Normally I would tap out at 0-3, but this deck is sweet and I want to give it another chance. Let's keep it going. All right, it's time for round 4. We have a new opponent. It's not the same person again. Oh, God. All right, we're on the draw with a Triome as our only mana source. Oh my god. I'm gonna mulligan this. This is insanity. These Triomes are bad. Like, so bad. I think that this deck would have been a lot better just without them. Alright, I'm gonna bottom Treasure Cruise because I want to draw that later, and the rest of this stuff I can do stuff with now. Like, Force is probably gonna pitch Growth Spiral. I can turn one scroll for Ancestral. If nothing else presents itself, try to set up a Lavinia. My opponent went to 5 and went Mox Go. Green Mox Go. Oh, Daze is pretty good against the person who just mulled to 5 and didn't play a land. I am gonna get Island because I don't want to be like randomly cheesed by a strip mine off the top, or if they slow roll to strip mine. That is just that's one of it. That's a way we could lose this game. We have 2 counters and like a big reload here, so don't let them strip me out. This seems worth forcing. Yeah, so they missed their land, mulled to 5, and then pitched Narset to force a will. Let's do this. And they're just dead. All right, so we've seen Force and Narset, so they're probably some sort of, they're definitely some sort of blue deck. It might be fair, it might be PO. I'm gonna bring in Collector Oof just in case. I'm gonna sort of split the difference here between Paradoxical Outcome and Xerox. Probably want Needle either way. All right, so I'm gonna bring in these 4 things. Misdirection's pretty bad. Sorry, Growth Spiral. I wish you were good, but you're not. All right, Savine's Reclamation is probably a bit crappy. So the Mindbreak Trap is awkward because I would cut it quickly against Xerox, and I would wish I had more against PO. So close call on that one. Dax good against both. The counter spells are good against both. Cinder Vines is like acceptable against both. This is tough when we're just flying blind. And Omnath or Mindbreak Trap are the cut, but I'm not cutting Omnath. That's why we're here. I'm looking for the second worst card. All right, I'm gonna just hedge in this direction. Actually, so Hydroblast is only good against like Dreadhorde Arcanist and Ren at 6. If they are PO, Hydroblast a brick. All right, I'm gonna do this. This is like a little bit in either direction. We have the 1 land Triome hand again. I'm gonna keep it this time because we actually have some interaction. 1 spell, 2 spells. All right, maybe they are PO. 3 spells. Okay, I'm not gonna spew my Mindbreak Trap on a Time Walk here. I'm gonna regret that if they just like jam Mentor right now. But they need at least one more spell to turn on the opal. One spell. I'm glad this isn't Hydroblast. 2. Alright. Mindbreak Trap is back on. Is this Mentor? Or Tinker? Please don't have Force of Will. Wow. Alright. Alright, so let's probe first. See what they're cooking with. Jace, the Mind Sculptor, and Demonic Tutor. So they're cooking with nothing. Here's my Tri-Ohm tapped go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that in a deck with that's already handicapped by having so many colors and having to play the second tier cards, that we shouldn't be trying to support these ETB tapped lands also. All right, I'm going to preordain and look for an untapped land. Okay, so Path to Exile is bad. We know that now. Found the untapped land. All right, now we're in business. Now I'm holding up multiple points of interaction. We're one land drop away from this Mystic Sanctuary actually paying off. Oh my god. All right, I'm just gonna play Sanctuary and pass. Like, I'm not gonna Merchant Scroll and set up for next turn when I have 2 points of interaction. Like, I would hate for them to just like draw a land and go nuts when I could easily stop it for the most part. I'll pierce that spell. They do not have Metalcraft. 1 down. Alright, so I can scroll for Ancestral here. Ancestral Recall. Pretty sure I want green, because Tri-Ohm makes red already. Okay. Teferi is insane against PO. Snapcaster Mage. What's in their graveyard? Brainstorm? Doesn't matter. It's countered. Alright. Mana Source for Omnath. Lame. Alright, so I can cast Oko with Red Blast up, or I could cast Teferi without Red Blast up, or Dak. I think it's probably Dak. I can take their Mox, and then that takes Opal even farther away. It makes PO worse. It gives me red for next turn. Repeal. Not in my house. That was sick. That was so fucked up. Alright, so let's hope they don't draw Ancestral Recall right now. Alright, we got one on the board against someone who mulled to 5 and didn't do anything. They had a pretty good start this game. It just unfortunately lost to Mindbreak Trap, which their hand's insane because of Lutri. They know I can only have like 2 or 3 cards in my deck that even interact with a turn 1 Tinker. So they were right to go for it. I just had it on the board. All right, I'll play one more, see if we can salvage the 2-3. All right, so on the play for round 5, we have this awesome no-lander that I'm going to mulligan. Okay, this hand's actually pretty good. This fucking Tri-Ohm again. I'm definitely going to bottom the Tri-Ohm. That card is bad. And the deck is playing 2 of them. It's not even like they figured they could get away with 1. Alright, I'm gonna hold up Red Blast rather than play Ponder this turn. Because I can Ponder and hold up Red Blast. Like, I can Ponder with more information and still hold up Red Blast next turn. Alright, JK. Yeah, that's not what I'm gonna force. Let's see if I can make better decisions, or do better in general this game than in round 1 against Montolio. Ponder. Dig Through Time, Daze, and Omnath. None of these are remotely playable, right? No. Right, Dak is a very good card. We are going to need a land off the top, and we need to not get wastelanded, and they need to not resolve a sphere for that to matter, though. Shit. We're 0 for 3 so far. Oh, is it 2 for 3? Chalice on 1. How good is Chalice on 1? Like, pretty good, right? Alright, fine. Yeah, Narset is not doing anything this game. We're like several turns away from casting her, and then if I get to that 3 mana, I'm gonna go for Dak anyway. Black Lotus off the top. Give me a chance. Alright, don't waste me. Give me a chance. All I want is a chance. Oh good, they have 6 mana now. Is this Ballista for 3, or is it Golos? God Pharaoh's statue, are you kidding me? Spells cost 2 more. Great. So Dak's never happening. We can pretty much go to game 2 now. So what I have to do here is like draw land. Alright, that's step 1. And then I need to draw exactly Swords to Plowshares and remove this Phyrexian Revoker. And then I need to draw another land and steal their God Pharaoh statue while still being alive. I guess they could also bleed out to, like, if they lose every mana crypt flip, I am technically winning this race. I would also accept that. Though if they put anything into play, I'm not winning the race anymore. Oh, Golos is pretty good. So they're at 7 from tapping their Ancient Tomb. I guess I could have put Lutri into hand. I fucked up that turn. That was pretty much free to do. Alright, so they're probably going to get Cascading Cataracts. But even that's dangerous. These Ancient Tombs and Mana Crypts, they have taken a lot of damage from their own lands here. So I take 3, I go to 11. Then I take 3, 6, I go to 5. Alright, so I go to 11, they go to 4. I go to 5, they go to 1, then I die. So if literally nothing happens at all, they're going to win this game. I could draw Lightning Bolt. If they lose both their Mana Crypt flips, I could bolt them out. Yeah, they're not getting Cataracts, obviously. I think that path is gone for them. Lightning Bolt. Oh, that's a magic card. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, so I'm gonna get another Volk. And I guess I probably need white. Alright, so I could draw a land into Time Walk. Lose it, lose it, lose it. Alright, they lost it. So I have to Time Walk into Lightning Bolt. Oh no, they have Wasteland, so I can't Time Walk. Like there's I need to draw Black Lotus, then cast Time Walk. I don't know. what the line is here. Revoker on Dak. They should name Lotus for the next one. I guess Lotus only generates 1 mana through a statue, but yep, they made the right call. All right. So they have to waste me. Please forget to waste me, and then I drop Lightning Bolt. They didn't forget to waste me. Bad news, team. And they're at 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope. All right. Wrecked. So that was a game where we had Pyroblast in hand the whole game. That's not what you want. So Path, Grudge, Force, Oof, Claim, Chant, Strip Mine, probably Needle, Tabernacle. All right, that's the in. Out. Omnath, sorry, buddy. Out on the play. Out. 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 That's 6. Out. 7. Teferi is pretty bad. Oh, Dispute is worse, probably. 8 cards out, 8 cards in. Do I want Pithing Needle? And if so, what's the cut? I mean, Daze is like kind of spicy on the play, but setting myself back a land just seems so bad. I just miscounted somehow. There's 58 cards in my main deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I missed all these. I already cut these blasts. I forgot all that. All right, so we get some of these cards back. Cool. All right. I think I want the Daze back, and I got one more. That's so funny. Could be Mindbreak Trap. Though again, that's better on the draw. It could be Dispute on the play, just as like another Spell Pierce, like a pretty bad Spell Pierce, but still Spell Pierce. I think Trap is better than Dispute. All right. Maybe I'm supposed to have Growth Spiral in my deck. I don't really know. This hand is bad. All right, this hand has a ton of fast mana in it. I'm gonna keep and bottom Mystic Sanctuary. All right, so I think I just put Lutri in my hand. Hello, companion. I could have held up Hardcast Mindbreak Trap. Maybe that made more sense, but I want to at least start threatening Lutri. Like their best starts are all gonna play into Mindbreak Trap anyway. 1. Shit. They didn't play into Mindbreak Trap. This is Trinosphere. Stonecoil Serpent. Okay. 2. Play Black Lotus and something else. Alright, that's fine. I have a number of answers to this. I can also just race it. Like if I just cast Lutri, I'm winning a race. It looks like they're still thinking about if they want to cast more spells this turn. Let's shove into this Mindbreak Trap. Really, if I just draw like any cantrip off the top, like any 1 mana cantrip will do. Tarmogoyf, that's a pretty good card too, though. It will eventually tangle with Stone Coil Serpent. So if I fetch, that's 1. If I counter an artifact, that's 3, and then Stone Coil is bricked. Alright, so, alright, I'm definitely forcing. Alright, so now Tarmogoyf is too big. And we get to party. Please attack, please attack, please attack, please attack. Whoops. What am I missing? So I don't have red mana. And a 5/6, just like that. Okay. We're driving right now. This thing is bigger than Golos at this point. Ancient Tomb is their only accelerant. Okay. Is this a 5/6 or 5/5? Alright, that's fine. That's still smaller than my creature. I am gonna pay, yes. I guess Lutri gets bricked by Caracas, at least on offense. Like if I counter double a spell with it, then they bounce it. Okay, that's insane. It's gonna be pretty hard to lose this game now. I'm not gonna plow because they gain 5, then take 5. That's the same as chumping, except I'm down plow. Ooh, that's interesting. What's their plan here? They just want to like pay an extra mana? Like this is out of Dismember range. They're also at 4, so they couldn't cast Dismember anyway. Alright, yeah, they're just dead. Alright, Tarmogoyf again, proving why it is the lord of the ground. Alright, I think my deck is already, like the Mindbreak Trap is the decision I made in the first match on play versus draw, and I had it in on the play, so I'm just going to leave it in on the draw. And don't really want any of these other cards. So here's the deck. Alright, Omnath. This is your last chance to show up. You showed up exactly once, and it was awesome. Let's show up exactly twice and have an awesome finish. Ugh. So this hand. Oh, Flusterstorm is still in my deck. That should have been boarded out. My bad. I'll just pitch it to Force of Negation. We're good. Okay, so this hand, while obviously having a number of problems, it has Force of Negation, and I can Tarmogoyf plus Nature's Claim. Like I could reasonably have like a 4/5 Tarmogoyf to their like land in play on turn 1. That said, I'm gonna mulligan. But that was about as interesting as a zero lander can get. This hand is completely bananas. I think I shipped the Triome. As much as I want to hit my land drops, like this just has to be the worst card. Alright, so every card in my hand is great. Except against Trinisphere. Alright, wish I didn't ship the Triome now. Alright, found a land. So we can definitely still do this if we just find a few lands that are not wastable. I guess it doesn't matter. I have 2 lands that are not wastable. Alright, that doesn't matter. The Trinisphere is already making everything too expensive. That sucks. Okay, so we need to draw land right now. Like, immediately. I mean, technically we can take 3 hits from the Lodestone Golem before we're literally dead, but drawing it right now would make this a real game. Sphere, okay. Land. Time for a land. Land, please. No. Alright, so they didn't have a land drop. Oh, that's a pretty big land drop. Jeez. They have Godfarer's statue also. Golos. Alright, somehow that's good news. They're probably going to search for another wasteland. Or a Mishra's Factory to increase the clock. Maybe they'll get Tabernacle and just die. That'd be cool. Oh, Academy, that's a pretty good land. Yep, that one's in the deck too. Alright, so we need an untapped land. I gotta be specific because we play 3 ETB tapped lands. Now's the time, deck. Okay. Okay. Drew a land. Now it's time to figure out what to do with it. Oh, this actually is brutal. So I'm gonna pass the turn and hope they let me force. But if they wasteland in my end step, which they should do, okay. I'm gonna have to bolt this Lodestone Golem. I think I need to get white because the green card in my hand is not actually a green card. Yeah, I can't Ancient Grudge here because that actually costs 4 with their with Lodestone and Sphere. Yeah, if they waste me here again, I just lose. But if we draw a land, we're still playing. Wow, they have so much mana. It's just Walking Ballista for 5,000. All natural. Okay, if we draw a land again, an untapped land, Force of Vigor does get us out of this. Untap land? Oh my god. We're in the game, team. I get the Trop this time. Alright, so I think I want to force now before their Academy can do anything. Alright, what's left? I have Dak Fade and an Ancient Grudge. I can't cast either of them. I do have a basic to get with this Ghost Quarter. That's lucky. I'll stop doing stuff. I'm at 4 life. Alright, so this is probably going to name Lotus, I would guess. Or Dak. Like, the 2 most likely cards they're going to name are the ones that are in my hand. Okay, so... oh, they're down to just the 1 sphere effect, so we're actually good here. So if I grudge, I'm dead to Walking Ballista regardless, so yeah, I'm just going to take out this thing. Then I can deal with the Trinisphere next turn, I guess. This is so close. Us being at 4 life is really shitty because we're just dead to a number of top decks. That's one of them. They wasted my red instead of my green, though. So they gave me a chance. Alright, I'm gonna pass and just hold up. I can grudge their Trinisphere in the end step. Or I should probably just do it now for Academy. No, they have so much mana, it doesn't matter. And it might like make playing their own Moxes weirder. I am out of Volks, though. Sorcerer's Spyglass, I'll fetch. Guess I have to get Tundra. So they can name Dak with this, but I just literally can't cast Dak anymore. Or I have Lotus, so I would have cast Dak this turn. So yeah, that was timely. Someday I'll know how all these cards interact with each other. I am going to grudge the Trinisphere. Like, I could hit the Spyglass and hope to spike a land, but I've Miracle Spiked a number of lands in a row at this point. Ooh, okay. So I get Mox Pearl into play, which gets Lotus into play. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, Dak. Or I could just hold up Nature's Claim or Snapcaster. Yeah, that sounds better. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I am dead to Ballista even if I take them off 1 mana by claiming in their upkeep. There's that. Are we piecing it together? I was about to say I won't feel really good until we have Force of Will in hand, and there's Force of Will in hand. Red, 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 blue, Dak Faden. They somehow have no mana rocks in play, though. That sucks. Yeah, this is super awkward because I don't really want a plus or minus. I guess I'll plus. This at least fuels the graveyard for future stuff. Discarding a land is a big tell for them. Like, I didn't make a land drop. I just basically told them I'm holding something I really like. Okay, so they can, oh, they don't have 3 artifacts, so that doesn't actually do anything. Cool. Pithing Needle is not a card I'm excited about right now, so okay, we're in business. Blue, I think I should float green in case I draw like Oko. I guess I should leave blue floating. That's more likely to be something I use. All right, blue, 2, 3, 4. I can cast Narset, but I'm pretty sure I don't want to. I could just put Lutri into my hand and leave up Force of Will mana. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, Strip Mine I'm gonna discard to Dak Vaden next turn, almost certainly. Null Rod. That's fine. That's not what my Force of Will is for. My Force of Will is literally only for Walking Ballista at this point. Oh, Ketria Triumph, great. So Strip Mine and I think it's Narset. Or maybe it is just Triumph. Yeah, Narset is, or no, Narset is pretty much uncastable. Though it's an easy pitch to force, so definitely Strip Mine. Oh, I do have Wrenn and 6 in my deck still, and this is a red source, so I should hold on to that. Okay, yeah, I'll discard the Narset with that, and then Cruise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can get rid of fetch lands, because there's enough actual lands in there. 6, 7, 8. Now we're cruising. And I play the Triome. And I think I can safely discard Daze at this point. Or maybe Library. Yeah, I'm actually going to discard Library because Daze is a better pitch to Force of Will. Like, I want to keep Snapcaster and Lutri. Stone Coil Serpent for 5. I can Path to Exile that. That's okay. They can now activate Inventor's Fair also. Oh, can I Path to Exile that? Did I just fuck up? Oh yeah, I just fucked up real bad. I forgot about Sphere of Resistance, and now I'm just gonna lose. Oh no. Oh no, I can Mystic Sanctuary path back. Okay. Woof. I thought I fucked that up for a second. Yes, okay. Yikes. Alright, so now Daze is gonna go, and probably Spell Pierce. Path to Exile this. They're gonna search for Walking Ballista in response. Then I can force pitching Preordain. Next turn. Let's see, I can Emblem up next turn. I wonder if that even does anything. I guess I should have counted if they have an even number of mana. Like if they would have played around Daze with their Ballista. 3, 6, 9. Oh, Walking Ballista, interesting. Or Phyrexian Revoker is interesting. A card is a lot worse than Ballista. Do they just not play Ballista? I don't understand. I mean, they get to turn off Dak. I have Cinder Vines. And I actually can snap Path this turn. The fact they didn't search for a Ballista makes me think we're farther ahead than I thought. I've been playing like we're dead to a top deck, but that play indicates that's not what they have going on. That was a really good draw. That was so much better than Cindervines. So I could emblem up. I think I want to do that. Okay, now I have an emblem. So now Ren and 6 can steal a creature that's bigger than X1 instead of just picking off X1s. Yeah, we're doing it, team. As long as I don't deck myself. Okay, they just packed it up. We did it. We went from 0-3 to 2-3, salvaged the 50 play points. So here is this deck. This is definitely mostly a meme. An excuse to cast Omnath in Vintage. Obviously, this deck is worse in almost every way to just a regular 4-color Xerox deck or 3-color Xerox deck. Lutri was kind of cool. I think it was in my hand 3 times, and I actually cast it and copied a spell with it once. And it was important when that happened. In general, though, I can't recommend this deck to people who want to actually win tournaments, but you do you. Don't let your memes stay dreams, or dreams stay memes. You gotta live it sometimes. I will not be playing this deck again, but I'm glad I played it once. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.